Football is a game that stirs emotions and creates unforgettable moments, from breathtaking goals to dramatic saves and improbable comebacks. It's the reactions to these moments that truly make football a unique and exhilarating experience. Let's dive into some of the most legendary reactions in football that had fans and players on the edge of their seats. Ashley Young's stunning goal. The Premier League match was full of the kind of excitement that only one word can describe: an Ashley Young masterpiece, where the player scored an eye-catching goal that made everyone stand up and applaud. The whole auditorium was on its feet the moment he was ready to raise the ball. The ball then reached its highest point in the air and then flew down the field with enough energy to reach the top of the net. The crowd response was fantastic, and even most of the opponents who attended the event had fervent applause for the superb efficacy of the Young goal. Portugal's triumph in the European Championship, at one of the biggest ever European finals in European Championship history. Putting the audience to stun, Portugal was a surprising winner over France. After the last-second mark, the fans stood up and shouted. They hugged each other and kissed the cup. When the Portuguese fans reacted, it was with equal passion marked by tears, cries as loud as possible, and "Portugal, Portugal," saying all over the stadium. For my country that has a retrospect of decades of near-zero success in the international arena, this represented a peak moment of pure euphoria. Lucas Moura's last-minute heroics. In the semifinals of the UEFA Champions League, Spurs played Ajax. This game could become the cracking point that might birth them into the final or draw the curtains on their season. Lucas Moura did not disappoint as he came up with the best goal in the game that even a beating heart could as well find impossible to stop. From the bench, Tottenham erupted with joy, and the players and coaching staff rushed out to the turf to join the champagne spraying. Ajax players lay on the floor in a state of shock while Tottenham supporters no longer held their emotions in. Lewandowski's 5-goal blitz. Robert Lewandowski had a night to remember as he proceeded to tear Bayern Munich's PS 0-3 apart and produce one of the most remarkable performances in the football's history, scoring 5 goals in 9 minutes. The response from the crowd was one of fluctuation, from shock to anxiety, as Lewandowski gifted the audience a jaw-breaking display that left the opposing players decimated. The camera moved to the coach, who stood in astonishment, his head bent down, with a gesture of disbelief like he couldn't figure out what went wrong. This fan's response was simply overwhelming as they chanted, cheered, and their voices were heard throughout the entire stadium. An unforgettable experience. Lukaku's match-winning header. The resilient goal by Romelu Lukaku during a highest-profile group stage match saved the history of Belgium in a World Cup. The players and fans in Belgium, in their turn, were overwhelmed with both joy and relief for the winning strike, a situation that implied unlimited celebrations to set. Fellaini's unbelievable header. A match-winning experienced aerial player, named Marouane Fellaini, pulls off a header goal to secure the game for his club. Flashing through the lane, Fellaini pushed through the defense and thumped the ball across the goal line. Literally, fans' reactions were only exuberance as they were stamping their feet on the ground due to the stunning stoppage time goal. The objective of Fellaini's goal is for him to convert a cross that looks ordinary into a masterpiece with his facilities and persistence. Lionel Messi's solo goal. Lionel Messi is the icon and symbol, famous for incomparable skill and his ability to turn the pitch into a fairy tale. He dazzled the La Liga game with a solo run and a spectacular goal, beating multiple defenders in the goal path. The scene was completely overwhelmed by the reaction of FC Barcelona fans, who jumped on their feet to claim Messi, going against all fans of the other team. Also, all spectators had to admit that this unique solo attempt was simply masterful. To give an example, it shows why the fans and aficionados consider him to be one of the best of all time. Sensational saves and defensive heroics. Scoring as many goals as possible is not the only way of doing football. Rather, that is one of football's winning and losing games as well. The difference between this key match and the previous ones was a spectacular save made by a goalkeeper, who dived to his left and instead pushed the ball onto the post. The cheering crowd went first for a collective gasp, then for the goalie's amazing save to be followed by resounding applause. The main breakthrough's protagonist was his own goalkeeper as he celebrated the save, punching the air with joy. It was a special moment, reminding everyone why a good defense is really an offense's best friend, and why goals are harder to score than what is generally perceived. Refereeing controversy and unexpected decisions. As known, football does have well-covered topics, and one of such issues is the referee that was surprised to make a crucial instant decision. In the key moment of the games, the referee showed a sign for a handball that made both teams and audience confused. The crowd was divided into two parts, those who cheered and others who booed and jeered, indicating that supporters disagreed with the referee. In the end, the players were denied, and the referee had to consult the review in the next minute. The controversy of the moment led to harassment, but it also highlighted the human element in the game. At the same time, whether an individual will choose the right decision determines the outcome of the game. Cristiano Ronaldo's sensational bicycle kick. Ronaldo's stamina to score superb goals is impressive, and his bicycle kick in the Champions League game was indeed hilarious. With the ball passing below the crossbar, Ronaldo kicked it from the gymnastics position and slammed it with accuracy into the net. The crowd and the experts gave a response that could be only defined as awe. People were amazed by his physical abilities and artistic quality. This handset became an anthem, and the reaction from the crowd was filled with admiration and claps. Van Dijk's costly mistake in Origi's Derby winner. Virgil was a world-renowned goalkeeper, not only for his relaxed demeanor that he displayed in defense, but also for his exceptional ability to foresee opposition's next move. He eventually experienced an unfortunate instance that made things go haywire in a championship game. Van Dijk was restricted by allowing Origi in turn to utilize the resultant opening, which Liverpool eventually turned to victory with an 87th minute game winner. When the time came for Liverpool fans to react, they simply had to give out their all, and the rest was nothing but absolute euphoria. On the other hand, the majority of the Everton supporters were left with dry mouths and totally struck into awe. The crazy victory enabled us to create something that will be considered a classic in Liverpool history, which Liverpool fans will cherish forever. These legendary reactions in football are what make the sport so captivating and beloved by millions around the world. Whether it's a stunning goal, a dramatic save, or a controversial moment, football has the power to evoke intense emotions and create memories that last a lifetime. It's a game where anything can happen, and the reactions from players and fans are what make it truly special. And with that, our video comes to end. Don't forget to subscribe.